Tacoma Arts Live is pleased to present Get on the Bus, an original all-ages play by Milo Mowery and produced as part of the Civil Rights Legacy Tour. Present-day friends Thalia and James are at odds about whether to join a demonstration for immigration rights. Along the way, they meet Miss Vivian, one of the original Freedom Riders, who helped desegregate interstate buses in 1961. This play is commissioned as part of the Tacoma Arts Live Civil Rights Legacy Tour. Guided by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s assertion that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, this program serves over 20,000 students each year with inspiring live theater.
Bus! Get on the bus!
I don't like buses. There are bullies and not enough room. Woo! And sometimes people smell real bad.
It's my feet.
Oh, it's true. Her feet are smelly. Ooh, I'll be bus driver.
Bus driver.
Next stop. Move on back. I'm the bus driver. I'm in charge.
She's in charge.
Move on back.
Move on back.
It used to be they had to ride back there.
Had no choice.
It wasn't about a smelly foot.
Or bad behavior. It was just the rules because of the way you looked, the color of your skin. Beep, beep. Stay in the back.
They had to ride back there.
That's the rule.
Until it wasn't.
Hey, you can't sit there.
It's against the rules. Well, I'm not moving. And that sparked change on the bus. The Jim Crow era. Segregation. When black people were separated from white people.
At lunch counters?
Theaters?
Schools and drinking fountains. A time when black people had to sit at the back of the bus for the color of their skin. Well, a woman named Rosa Parks challenged that. And not long after, a group of protesters challenged the segregated South, going on buses called the Freedom Rides.
Civil rights activists got together to fight Jim Crow law.
In the state of Georgia, mobs wanted to keep us out.
But we were brave.
Brave enough to get on the bus. But today is a different bus ride. Today, the civil rights struggle continues. Long after Rosa Parks. And Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Today, it still matters. Today, someone still needs to get on the bus.
James, I told you to wait. I know what you need. There, James. It looks better backwards. No, wait. This is it. Sideways, bruh.
I like it this way, Thalia.
Backwards.
Backward? Really? Cool, I totally trust you.
You look good, just like a future doctor.
Look, there's your bus, Thalia. This is the pickup place for the student protesters.
The bus! Hey, James, it looks like people are on it already.
Yeah, lots of protesters on that bus.
I know, but it's so exciting. Let's go.
Nah, they don't need me. You go. I've got other things to do tonight.
Like what?
I'm supposed to help my dad clean out the garage.
On a Friday night?
Been planning it for months.
In the dead of winter.
We have a heated garage?
You guys don't even have a garage.
My mom and I are supposed to finish season 3 of Stranger Things. Yep.
You hate TV.
I have a tummy ache.
You're making all of this up.
Look, you go get on the bus. It'll be fun for you, and I'll see you after the protest.
Thalia here is about to get on the bus and go to a protest at the Capitol. A protest? A protest is when a group of people gather together to express their objection to something that is happening. We've had a lot of protests recently. In the last couple of years, there's been a lot to protest. For example,
students around the globe took to the streets, worried about our warming planet.
They protested climate change.
In Sweden, Greta Thunberg said,
schools strike for the climate. We're striking because we've done our homework, and they have not. We showed that we're united and that we young people are unstoppable.
Then there were students who protested gun violence that has plagued schools across America.
That protest was called the March for Our Lives.
People believe that the youth of this country are insignificant. People believe that the youth have no voice. I say that we were the only group of people who could have made this movement possible.
Protesting unfair and unjust laws has a long history. One of the most famous protests we still talk about is the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, where Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his I Have a Dream speech. Not everyone agreed with Dr. King at the time. That's why it was a protest. Right now, Thalia is planning on going to a different protest, and her friend James doesn't feel the same way as her.
Every voice matters.
Yeah, well, you'll have to be without my voice this time. I said I'd walk you down here. I never said I was going to get on the bus. Plus, I have a test on Monday.
More excuses. James, you have to come with me. I have signs for both of us.
Thalia, I support your right to protest. You go get on the bus and go to the rally. You know I have an important test and I need to study. It's not just an excuse.
But this is important.
This test is important for me.
Oh, come on.
I'm not.
Come on.
Nope.
Are you serious?
Serious like a heart attack? I want to be a doctor one day. That way I can save people from serious heart attacks.
Do you know what's serious like a heart attack? What's happening to immigrants in our country today? That's serious.
Today in our country, immigrants face a lot of challenges. Laws that have them afraid for their safety, for the safety of their communities. Some are afraid of being deported, separated from their children. Children are afraid of losing their parents because their parents came to the United States without having the proper papers. They might get told to leave the country. Thalia wants things to change.
I told you, I support you. I'm here to see you get on your bus and go to your protest. This isn't really about me, but my test, that is, so I'm studying.
Okay, you're studying. Question number 57, worth 500 points. On what famous monument are written the words, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free"?
That's easy. The Statue of Liberty in New York.
The Statue of Liberty is right, but technically it's in New Jersey.
I'm going to say I got that one right.
Okay, bonus points for the future doctor here. In that same poem, written by Emma Lazarus in 1883, what does she call the Statue of Liberty?
Beautiful?
The Mother of Exiles.
What's an exile?
Someone who has to leave their home country. People move for lots of reasons. Safety, to help feed their families, new opportunities. Pop quiz. How many immigrants are there in the United States today?
A lot.
Ding, ding, ding. There are over 44 million people who were born in another country that now call the United States their home.
That is a lot of people.
You okay, folks? Oh, our bus is ready to leave for the capital.
No hate, no fear. Everyone is welcome here. Everyone.
Yeah. I get it.
Do you, James? The way that immigrants are being treated.
I mean, I know you say it's bad.
It is. It is really bad. Do you know what happened to my brother just last week? We were on a public bus. I was sitting right next to him against the window. He sat on the aisle. And a Border Patrol agent started asking everyone if they were citizens.
Excuse me. Are you citizens of the United States? Sir, are you? Ma'am, are you a citizen?
And when he got to my brother was terrified. I was terrified.
Son, are you a citizen of the United States?
My brother just froze.
Well, young man, are you?
He wasn't even sure what the right thing to say was. I was sitting right next to him. We both felt ice cold.
Do you have proof of citizenship?
Nobody said anything. Not even me. Here was this man harassing people just because they looked different. And I knew it wasn't right, but I just sat there. I just wanted to get home.
That does sound scary. And all too familiar.
People are being locked up and locked away from their families. People are being locked up, and not because they committed a crime, but because they might be without the right papers, or because they're asking for protection in this country. That's enough now, to have folks locked up and locked away. People like my parents. What if my parents were just taken away when I was a kid. What if yours were? Hola, Mama.
Thalia, ¿dónde estás?
I told you I had a thing, Mama.
Mija, por favor no vayas a la protesta.
But the protest is important.
No meterte en problemas es importante. Enfocarte en la escuela es importante. Mija, tengo miedo que te vayan a detener.
But the bus is about to leave. I'm going.
Mi amor, por favor.
I'll be fine. I promise. Pop quiz. What happens when your parents worry too much about you?
I guess you do what your parents want you to do. What'd she say?
She's afraid I'm gonna get arrested.
Yeah, see?
And she said to just focus on school.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We have more important things to worry about.
Here's another test question for you. How many immigrants are detained every day and not for any crime?
I have no idea.
42,000 individuals in our country are detained every day. This is important, James.
Woo! Don't leave without me. Don't. Woo! Leave. Oh, without me. Excuse me. I'm going to the protest. That's right, I am. You getting on that bus too, aren't you, young man?
Yes, we are.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not. There's already a lot of people going. I don't need to go myself. I'm just a kid. And I've got a big test on Monday. I'm going to be a doctor. I can't be arrested. And this really isn't about me anyway.
What do you mean this isn't about you? Bus is leaving. Time to go. Hold on just a minute. What do you mean this isn't about you?
I'm sorry, ma'am. Who are you again?
What do you mean again? I didn't tell you the first time. My name is Miss Vivian. And I'm getting on this bus. And so are you. Your friend here really needs you to go with her.
Well, we were just talking.
Do you think when Dr. King told all those people about his dream, it was for some of us?
No, but I
And
mean, like...
when he was locked in that Birmingham jail, and he said that thing about injustice, what was that thing he said about injustice?
An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
That's right. An injustice anywhere is a... What was the rest of it?
Is a threat to...
Not you. Him. Say it. The whole thing.
An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Dr. King said that in a letter from jail.
Yoo-hoo! Ma'am, we really don't want to be late for the rally at the Capitol.
Hold your horses. You don't want to leave without all three of us.
Listen, I promise I'll tweet about it.
You'll Twitter what about it? Listen, it takes real sacrifice sometimes to have your voice be heard. Let me tell you a little bit about myself and Dr. King and protest. I was there during the civil rights struggle in the South. I know what it's like to get on a bus and protest. Getting on a bus to fight injustice. Come on, let me show you how it was. Now, when I was your age, things were a lot different. In parts of America, there was segregation. Do you know what that is?
Yes, ma'am. The Jim Crow laws in the South. You know what? I know all about that.
What is segregation?
Segregation is when African Americans weren't allowed to be in the same public spaces as white people. Like when black kids had to go to different schools than the white kids.
That's right.
And the Supreme Court decision, Brown versus Board of Education, ended segregation in public schools.
Yeah, that was like 1,000,000 years ago.
Pardon me, young man, but that was not 1,000,000 years ago. I myself went to the segregated school.
For real?
For really real. And you know what? Even after the Supreme Court ruling of Brown versus Board of Education,
segregation continued in the South, in restaurants and lunch counters and in bathrooms and even in schools. Despite the Supreme Court decision, the work was not done. In 1957, the governor of Arkansas actually ordered the National Guard to prevent 9 black kids from entering their public high school in Little Rock. It took the president and the U.S. Army to escort those children back into their school. Those babies were spit on and called horrible names and harassed their entire school year.
Were you spit on?
Yes, I was spit on.
What'd you do?
Well, like we learned in Little Rock, just because the Supreme Court says no segregation, people still were going to do it. So, I joined a group of civil rights activists, black and white, who got on buses and traveled into the deep South to test the Supreme Court ruling and challenge the injustice that continued. We were called the Freedom Riders. This is our story.
Bus.
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 Get on the bus.
It was a movement
Bus.
Get on the bus.
for freedom.
Get on the bus.
It took lots of people to make the movement happen.
Movement.
Movement.
Get on the bus.
I was ready to stand up for equal opportunity and the rights of all. I told my parents I was going to be a part of the movement.
The freedom rides on the bus.
The freedom rides on the bus. My dad was not happy.
I know you want to get on the bus and ride for justice, but you have to get ready for college in the fall.
I will get ready for college, Dad, but I have to do this first.
What if you get arrested?
And it's dangerous. You know what happened to that first bus of Freedom Riders, Vivian?
I know, Mama.
Klansmen stopped the bus in Anniston, Alabama on Mother's Day of all days and set that bus on fire.
I don't care how dangerous. Dr. King says, a true measure of a man is not where he stands in comfort, but where he stands in times of controversy. We can change the nation's understanding. Well, my parents were all for civil rights, and they were brave as anyone, but they didn't want their only daughter risking her future and her life.
I'm sorry, Vivian, but I'm putting my foot down. You are not getting on that bus tomorrow.
It's for your own safety.
The next day, my best friend Carl showed up at the door.
Hey, Vivian.
Hey, Carl.
You ready to get on the bus and ride to Alabama?
Vivian's not allowed to go.
My parents aren't letting me.
I can't believe your mama would let you go, Carl.
Listen, the whole world is watching. Change is coming and it starts with us. Each of us. If black and white kids can't even ride a bus together, how are we ever going to be able to work together, or live together, or vote side by side? There's laws down there that say that black people can't eat with white people, that they have to drink out of different fountains and ride separately on the buses. As Dr. King said, an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I'll watch out for Vivian. We'll stand together.
Well, Carl convinced my parents. That's the power of friendship. My parents took us down to the Greyhound bus station, where there were lots of folks getting ready to get on the bus.
Even if I'm worried about you, and even though I wish you'd find another way to help out Rhett while staying here at home, I'm proud of you.
I said goodbye to my parents, and we got on the bus.
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 Get on the bus.
Right.
Drive.
Take that bus.
Alabama.
Virginia.
Georgia.
Mississippi.
They
Fought.
With.
Hate.
They
Fought.
With.
hate.
They
Fought.
With.
Hate.
We fought with love.
Courage and love for the idea that all of God's children are created equal. We sang songs on that bus ride. They gave us courage. If you miss me in the back of the bus, you won't find me nowhere. Come on over to the front of the bus. I'll be sitting right there. I'll be sitting right there. I'll be sitting right there. Come on over to the front of the bus. I'll be sitting right there. I'd like to say we didn't run into any trouble. We sang songs on that bus ride. We were black, white, boy, girl, all together as one people. But when we got into Jackson, Mississippi, Carl and I went into the whites-only restroom, and we were arrested. You got beat up real bad, Carl, and now we're going to jail.
I said I was going to keep you out of trouble, and I failed.
No, you didn't. If things stayed the same, there'd be nothing but trouble in the entire country. You and I, we're changing everything.
Are you afraid, Vivian?
Yes. Are you?
I am. I wonder if standing up was worth it.
Dr. King says, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Come on, let's sing.
Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Turn me around. Turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, walking up the King's Highway. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, walking up the King's Highway. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, walking up the King's Highway.
And that's how it was when I was your age. And I was on the original Freedom Ride. And we changed the world.
You were thrown in jail?
Yes, I sure was.
How long were you in jail?
Oh, through the end of the summer. We were scared, but we found courage. Each of us has the courage to do what is right. You too, young lady. And you too, young man. You both have what it takes to participate.
I guess I could study on the bus.
That's right. School is very important, but you can do both.
People who were brought to this country as children, or adults having been here their whole lives, maybe even some of my friends and their families. People in my community are being torn apart from what they know, deported, jailed, and they're denied dignity that every human deserves.
Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about injustice. Make the history you want to be a part of. Those original freedom riders, they changed history. And with the other acts of bravery during the civil rights era, we put an end to Jim Crow, which was a threat to justice everywhere. And that is why I'm getting on this bus today, to protest with you, for all the immigrants in these beautiful United States of America. Because injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. See you two on the bus.
Pretty impressive lady, that Vivian.
Yes, she is.
I think I need to call my mom. Hi, Mom. I need to tell you why I have to get on this bus and go to the protest.
Thalia talked to her mother about how the future depends on those who act. The future is in the hands of those who will speak up and demand change.
I have to stand up to injustice.
Sí, mijita, ve a la protesta, pero ten cuidado, por favor. Be careful.
I will, Mama.
Every voice matters. Vivian didn't march alone when she was our age. I won't let you march alone either.
Thank you for watching Get on the Bus. For learning activities connected to this production, visit tacomaartslive.org/video. This digital service is made possible thanks to you and other supporters of Tacoma Arts Live, your local nonprofit performing arts organization. Learn more at tacomaartslive.org/support. Thank you.